Kneel beside the ladder and beam towards you.
Beam.
Place an arm between the two rungs of the ladder just to the side of the middle rung, and lift the top beam of the ladder and rest it on your shoulder. Walk carefully with the butt end first.
Two firefighter suitcase carry. Two firefighters stand on the same side of a ladder and kneel down. They beam the ladder towards themselves.
Beam. Beam.
The person on the butt is in the command, and when they say raise, they raise the ladder together.
Raise.
The person on the front will use their hand to cover the butt spur as they walk in the direction needed.
Two firefighter beam raise begins with a suitcase carry. One firefighter stands near the butt of the ladder and the other firefighter stands near the tip. The firefighter at the butt of the ladder places the end of the ladder on the ground, while the firefighter at the tip of the ladder holds the end. The firefighter at the butt of the ladder places a foot on the butt of the beam that is in contact with the ground and grasps the upper beam. The firefighter at the tip of the ladder checks for overhead hazards and begins to walk towards the butt while raising the lower beam in a hand-over-hand fashion until the ladder is vertical. The two firefighters pivot the ladder into position as necessary. The firefighters face each other, one on each side of the ladder, and heel the ladder by each placing the toe of one boot against the opposing beam of the ladder. The firefighter facing the structure places one foot against the beam of the ladder, and then both firefighters lean the ladder into place. Ensure the climbing angle is 75 degrees and check for stability at the top and the bottom of the ladder. The two firefighter rung raise begins from a suitcase carry with one firefighter near the butt of the ladder and the other near the tip. The firefighter at the butt of the ladder places the butt of the lower beam on the ground, while the firefighter at the tip holds the other end. The firefighter at the tip rotates the ladder so that both beams are in contact with the ground.
Beam down. Beam.
The firefighter at the butt of the ladder stands on the bottom rung, grasps a higher rung with both hands, and crouches down, leaning backwards to the heel of the ladder. The firefighter at the tip of the ladder checks for overhead hazards, then swings onto the ladder and walks towards the butt, advancing down the ladder and lifting the rungs in a hand-over-hand fashion until the ladder is vertical. The two firefighters stand on opposing sides of the ladder and pivot into position as necessary. The firefighters face each other, one on each side of the ladder, and heel the ladder by placing the toe of one boot against opposing sides of the beam. The firefighters then facing the structure places one foot against the beam of the ladder, and then both firefighters lean the ladder into place.
Laying in.
Ensure the climbing angle is at 75 degrees and it is stable at the top and bottom of the ladder.
Ground ladders must visually be inspected at least monthly and after each use. When checking the rungs of the ladder, check for snugness, tightness, punctures, wavy conditions, worn serrations, splintering or breaks, gouges, or deformations. Ensure that you check every rung of the ladder, and if anything is noted, record it in your ladder recording book and ensure that it is not being used. When checking the halyard of a ladder, you want to check the whole rope for fraying, kinking. You want to ensure that the rope moves smoothly through the pulleys. If there is anything wrong with the rope, replace the halyard and record it in your ladder record book. Another use for a ladder is to dry bunker gear or clothes. You can use a combination ladder or form a ladder gin from two ladders. Once the ladder is set in the A-frame position, hang bunker gear wherever it needs to be placed and allow it to dry. Another use for a ladder is to help guide a hose. It can guide a charged or uncharged line simply by using a clove hitch to secure the rope to the ladder. Ensure that the hose is connected securely to the ladder and tie an overhand safety knot. Once the hose is secure, the firefighters will use a rung or beam raise to lift the ladder into position. The firefighter on the butt butts the ladder, while the firefighter on the tip uses a hand-over-hand method, raising it from the beam. Firefighters will face each other and pivot the ladder into place, putting opposing feet on the butt of the ladder and laying the ladder inwards. Ensure the climbing angle is 75 degrees, and the hose may now be used at the top.